Leptin can be called a weight control substance. And the gene that produces this leptin gene is called the weight control gene. In the end, a person who is obese, weight control gene, also called obesity gene, it's the result of that the gene not working in harmony. Until your 40s, whatever you eat a lot, you wouldn't gain weight. What happened then? The leptin gene was working well. Age of 40s is getting turned off. What does each gene have? It has a switch. It has a switch, folks. Some switch turn a little bit like this, and the bulb is brighter a little, and turn more than much brighter. So is the gene. That's weird, isn't it? Depend on your lifestyle, what will happen your genes. And what does the gene respond to? It responds to the will. Depend on your will and the lifestyle is getting the darker and brighter. So the scientist said, the unbelievable thing happened. I wonder how the gene knows it. Even I don't know the fact that the gene exists in my body. That's not what I'm doing. However, according to my lifestyle and will, it controls unbelievably. Oh, that's weird, isn't it? To put it simply about obesity, well, there are many other conditions that I'll tell you a little later. In the end, obesity is the situation of the leptin gene is turning off. You know what I'm saying? Since it's no longer the completely steady activity, it's obesity that can't produce the substance called leptin well. Oh, I see. You see the hope, don't you? Then you see the hope. Why do you see the hope? Even though the gene that turns off, it couldn't turn on, and it could be turns off. It can turn on and off. So if you get to know how did I turn off, it can turn on again. So there is a hope. At this time, let's clap. Why? Why do you have to express by clapping? When that happens, I can see among you the leptin genes are depressed. I can see a few of you, and at this moment, tons of the gene hasn't turned off yet, but what will happen? Some of them are turning off on their way. So in order to active this leptin gene, goodwill, oh I see, trust, oh I believe that, and there is a hope, trust and hope. When you express them actively in your life, the gene that is turning off, it turns to the pep up, you know what I mean? So you have to clap. But in fact, only the clapping is not enough. Clapping and what else? You have the shout of joy. But folks, you're gonna gain weight. If you don't gain weight, please wake up from now on. So, the leptin gene is found. So, the lead that is the fat by nature, giving a shot that made by the genetic science, that red is getting slimmer. Folks, the leptin human shot hasn't come out yet. But speaking honestly, it's nothing is special that it comes out. Why? You have your own leptin gene here. You produce it yourself. You pay and get shot many times and it doesn't work well. You have to get shot many times. It's very pricey for the shirt, the hundreds of dollars. How can you afford to get a shirt every day? It's not over that you just get one shirt. Why? The substance that called the leptin comes out a little bit in your fat cells, but when it doesn't produce, when doesn't produce, when it needs it, when you want to cancel the fixed account, it doesn't produce. So it looks at the condition of the whole body and control the gene. It's unbelievable. So human can't control the gene whatever we do. You have to depend on some will. What can we do? Goodwill, then actively and harmoniously, you can live only that way. So now the leptin gene is found. But another problem of obesity is the appetite, right? You want to keep eating even though you are stuffed all the time. Wanna keep eating, right? You know that it shouldn't be there though. Wanna keep eating. The problem of obesity follows this problem together. So, obesity comes with the appetite problem together. That's a very serious issue. And the other way around, women have to eat, but out of appetite. Anorexia occurs. And sometimes eat and vomit. Eat and vomit. Maybe among you there are people like this. There are many such people. Now, these problems have been serious lately. So some people keep getting thin. Some people keep getting fat. Some people they eat and throw up. Folks, you have to observe this problem well. Why is it that the people can change like this? When they were kids, they didn't do this. When they were young, they eating enough, don't want to eat, right? And when they feel like eat, then eat. But now, all the time they're hungry and vomit. And this kind of chivalrous dissonance occurred. The harmony has been broken. Why the harmony is broken? It turns out that the harmony of genes are broken. The harmonization of the genes. So, are there any genes that produce the substance that control our appetite? Yes, there are. When we were in the medical school, we didn't know about this at all. But recently, whoa, these kind of the substances can be produced. The unimportant substance in the appetite control the substance is leptin. When the leptin is well produced, the appetite is reduced. So people with obesity are not produced well with leptin. When the production isn't go well, then the appetite control doesn't go well. When the leptin is well produced, I don't feel like eating something like this. It's enough thinking like this. So recently we discovered the substances that control the appetite. Let's take a look. It's very interesting. This is liver. It's lifted a bit. After lifting, what is the show of the right below? The gallbladder showed up, and this is the duodenum. Then the right up behind is pancreas. Observe it, and there is a substance called PYY that is produced in these stomach cells. When the PYY is well produced, you feel it enough. PYY is the substance that the brain feel that they shouldn't eat anymore. That's weird, isn't it? When I study the gene, I feel someone try not to gain weight, also not to eat too much. The program is set up. We, the doctors, didn't know this. When I was going to the medical school, I didn't know this either. It was the founder's root. So someone that made our body, why the gene is kind of letters. The letters can be existed by the creation, right? Programming with the letters that means that it should be the someone who makes the program. It's not that our body is made to be very subtle. Even the doctors didn't know much the program set by the high level. It's unbelievable. Then there is a substance called ghrelin. Ghrelin is the strange pronunciation, isn't it? When the substance is produced, there is a gene that produces the ghrelin and the PYY in the gastrointestinal cell. Then this substance is produced. You just feel like eating something. You are really hungry and want to eat something. So if the ghrelin doesn't come out, you don't feel like eat anything. Even you the first 2 days. When the ghrelin comes out, then you feel like eat something. So what doesn't come out, who got anorexia, ghrelin doesn't come out. So they don't want to eat. Why it doesn't come out? The reason why it doesn't come out is that the gene that produces the ghrelin is turned off. Why does it turn off? You have to know it. How did the gene turn off? When the ghrelin gene turned off, they're becoming very unhappy because you don't feel like eat anything. So folks, when dogs are sick, do they eat or not? They don't eat. Ghrelin doesn't come out. Do you think that the dogs think I am sick, so I should be careful of food? They don't do this their own thinking. They got controlled by the mysterious power in the unconscious mind. Obesity is that doesn't control well. You know what I'm saying? Now you understand these gradually, don't you? The substance that the ghrelin. Then what kind of the substance is there? Insulin comes out. Insulin. You folks know the insulin very well, right? So when insulin comes out, then you are craving for food. Then CCK.